You know, when you think of Singapore, you probably think of this super high-tech, hyper-connected place, right? Where everything just works seamlessly. But underneath all that world-class connectivity, there's this hidden tension, this constant push and pull between making things easy and keeping things safe. So let's dive into that digital dilemma.
And look, it's not just a feeling. The numbers back it up. Singapore consistently tops the global charts for internet speed. We're talking blisteringly fast connections that make everything from streaming a movie to working from a cafe just incredibly smooth. It's a digital paradise for sure.
But here's the big question, isn't it? When everything is that fast and that connected, does that also open us up to more risks? Does it make us more vulnerable? Yeah, let's peel back the layers on that one.
Okay, we're going to start with something we all use, probably without even thinking twice about it: free public Wi-Fi. It's so convenient, it's everywhere you look, but as it turns out, it can be really, really risky.
I mean, just think about your day. You can hop on a free network at pretty much any MRT station. In the shopping malls, your favorite cafe, even the library. This is amazing, right? It makes life so much easier. But it also creates this huge, invisible hunting ground for cyber criminals.
Yeah, listen to this quote. It's from a hacker, a good guy, a white hat hacker, who is showing just how easy this stuff is. He's saying he can just access and save copies of whatever you're doing. Think about that. Your documents, your voice notes, everything. This isn't some movie plot, it's a real demonstrable threat.
So how do they actually pull this off? Well, one of the most common ways is called a man-in-the-middle attack. And honestly, it's pretty simple. A hacker just sets up a fake Wi-Fi hotspot, maybe names it something like free cafe Wi-Fi, something you trust. The second you connect, they're sitting right in between you and the internet. And if your data isn't encrypted, they can see it all. We're talking passwords, bank details, the whole lot. It's all just laid bare for them.
Okay, so insecure Wi-Fi is one thing, but it's really just a piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. It's part of this broader world of online scams that are costing people a staggering amount of money. And to really get a grip on how big this problem is, we're not just pulling numbers out of thin air. The stats you're about to see, they come straight from the Singapore Police Force's latest mid-year report. This is the real deal. Okay, get ready for this number. Over $456 million. Just let that sink in for a second. And that's not for a whole year. That's how much money was lost to scams in just the first half of 2025. When you break it down, that's millions and millions of dollars vanishing every single week. The scale is just immense. So when you hear scam victim, who pops into your head? A lot of us automatically think of the elderly, right? Well, the data, it tells a totally different story. Take a look at this. The single largest group of victims are working-age adults, people between 30 and 49. They make up more than a third of all victims. It just goes to show being digitally savvy doesn't make you immune. And here's another thing. Scams aren't all the same. They hit you in different ways. Phishing scams, you know those fake emails or texts trying to get your login details? They are by far the most common type. But look at the financial damage. Investment scams are where the really big money is lost. Over $145 million from that category alone. It shows you just how diverse and sophisticated these threats have become.
Look, I know hearing all this can feel a bit scary, maybe even overwhelming. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. Protecting yourself often just comes down to building a few simple but really powerful habits. So let's build your digital self-defense kit.
All right, let's start with the absolute basics. These 5 habits right here are your first line of defense. Rule number 1, just don't do your banking or online shopping on public Wi-Fi. It's not worth the risk. Always look for that little padlock icon in your browser's address bar. That means the connection is secure. And hey, if you're ever in doubt, just use your phone's mobile data as a personal hotspot. It's way safer.
Now, if you want to level up your security, especially when you're out and about, we need to talk about VPNs. A VPN, or a virtual private network, is like creating your own private armored tunnel through the public internet. So even if a hacker is on the same network, all they can see is scrambled nonsense. Your actual information stays completely hidden.
Okay, so a VPN sounds pretty good, but which one do you pick? There are so many out there. Let's break down what you should be looking for when you're choosing your own digital shield.
This really says it all, doesn't it? Without a VPN on public Wi-Fi, it's like you're shouting your passwords and bank details across a crowded room. Anyone can listen in. But with a VPN, it's like you're whispering that same information through a secure, soundproof tube directly to the person who needs it. The difference in security is just night and day.
So to make it a bit easier for you, we've looked at a couple of the big players that work really well in Singapore.
You've got NordVPN, which is famous for its excellent speeds and really strong privacy features. Then there's Surfshark, which is an amazing deal, especially because you can use it on an unlimited number of devices with just one subscription. So if you've got a family with tons of gadgets, that's a huge plus. It really just depends on what you need most, top speed or covering all your gear.
You know, at the end of the day, you can have all the best tools in the world, but your digital safety really truly starts with you. The tech is only as strong as the habits you build around it. Your own awareness, that's your most powerful asset.
And that kind of leaves us with this one big question to chew on. We live in a world that is built for speed and for convenience. But does that speed sometimes make us careless? It's worth asking ourselves, are we moving so fast online that we're forgetting to lock our digital front door?